Welcome back to another episode of the Assembly Line podcast. Hate week is over. Michigan was victorious, 31-20 maybe. I didn't get to watch any of it, but Kyle, I'll give you the floor.
I was not expecting to go first.
Well, I mean, you won. You got kudos.
Yeah, I
Kudos.
mean, Michigan wins year 4 in a row.
They have now won more in the last 15 years than Michigan State.
Yeah, 4 in a row. Kind of game went pretty much as how I expected. Michigan State backdoor covered. I guess kudos to them.
You said they were going to blow them out.
Yeah. You did, but
I'm the one that said that they were going to backdoor cover.
Yeah. I said the game went as I expected.
Like,
take away that backdoor cover. It's a freaking 21-point game, or what is it? A 20-point, 31. What did the final score was? 31 what? 20, 18 points.
Point game.
That's a 3-score game.
Yeah, but from what I read, it wasn't like
covered.
It wasn't that big of a blowout.
And I also said that there could be a case where Michigan State does keep it close.
Well, yeah, I mean, you could say that by anything. Michigan State could have won. Michigan could have won.
But in terms of what I was expecting to go on to the game, I anticipated it to be, somewhat of a dogfight for the first 3 quarters, and then Michigan to pull away at the end. And that's what happened.
All right. I think if we listen back to the podcast, but
remember when I said it was going to be a punt fest and you laughed at me?
Michigan's defensive line dominated the game. They ran for over 200 yards. Aiden Childs
you cut out on my
played
spot,
pretty poorly. What was the last thing you heard?
Aiden Childs. That's the last thing.
Aiden Childs and Bryce Underwood, both, in my opinion, underperformed.
I got something later on that.
Somebody charted the game. Michigan ran. I was listening to it today. Michigan ran 16 RPOs and threw once out of them. In my opinion, if Michigan were to throw a little bit more out of those RPOs, because Michigan State was stacking the box, those the passes on the RPOs, in my opinion, were open. At least some of them. You got to wing it, and I think if they wing it or throw it, and at least maybe 40% of those RPOs, it's a completely more lopsided game. Because then Michigan State is not able to load the box. They have to honor the pass, and Michigan could have just ran all over them, even more than they did. The big thing coming out of this game is going to be that offsides call. It was 10-7 at that point, beginning first drive of the second half. Sack fumble, it's whatever, 50-50 call went against Michigan State, went in Michigan's favor, and Michigan went on to score. And just pretty much opened the gate. Michigan State had no juice whatsoever left in them after that play.
Not
completely
sure I'd call
flipped the game.
A 50-50 penalty, but
there's some where people are like, his head is in the neutral zone. Could have called it. First time I saw it, I thought it was a bad call.
Everybody that I've seen,
I thought it was a bad call.
I haven't read.
That's my opinion.
Everything I saw from other college football people that have no skin in the game, maybe they hate Michigan, I don't know, but they said it was a bad call. But maybe that's just my feeling.
Yeah.
But I mean,
first instinct I said was a bad call. I was talking to one of our buddies. I said it was a bad call. Dad texted me and I said, yeah, doesn't look like it was. But the way his motion, the way that defensive back, when he started, he timed it too perfectly, I guess you could say. But I can see why the ref would have called it.
It was late too, wasn't it?
There's scuttlebutt on that. But
it was probably late. I don't know, when it came out of his flag. I don't know, but late when it comes onto the screen, could have been.
I mean,
but I don't know. I wasn't in the seats at
There's,
that time.
You can't see the ref throw the flag. You can only see it in the
No.
air. And if you go by that, it was late. But at the same time, like, you see pass interference where they're doing. I mean, it's different. It's on a line,
fiddle
but
fart with
yeah,
it.
there's a chance that he saw it, but he just didn't throw it right away. I mean, that's also a possibility too. So, it's hard. You can't if it's late. I mean, it's not like he's getting buzzed in a half a second, be like, "Hey, throw the flag."
know.
I'm just saying, but
No. I think the story of this game outside of that offsides call was Michigan's defense. I thought they played phenomenally well. There was not a lot of open receivers. They were playing really great coverage. They were getting pass rush. They were stopping the run. That was the difference in the game. And then Michigan was able to move the ball and score when they could. Wasn't every drive, but
yeah.
Justice Haynes is back. Very glad to have him back. Had over 100 yards and 2 tutties. Does what he does when he plays. And then Jordan Marshall seals the game on that 56-yarder in the fourth quarter. And then I also think another big thing is Jonathan Smith. What the hell are you doing? Going for 2. Down at that point, you were down
11.
Why? What's the benefit of going for 2 at that point in the game?
If you
There
score
is zero.
If you score a touchdown and kick a field goal, you win.
You're not even in the fourth quarter yet.
I know. I'm just saying. Yeah, but I mean, you could make the case when we went. And I know when I'm just saying. In 2021, we started going for 2 really early when we weren't down 24 yet. We were down like 17 or something. Like sometimes he might have chased the points too early. I don't hate the decision to go for 2.
I think he chased him way too early because they were at that point. Michigan's offense wasn't moving the ball much. They were stalling out, doing what they were going through like the freshman growing pains with some of that. And I just think you don't go for 2 in that situation. And then to couple that, you go for 2 and chase the points, and then when you can get it to a 1-score game, you don't take the points and you go for it on 4th down.
That's twice.
That's like, and you did it twice. Yeah. So like, I just don't understand his coaching a bit.
One was inches that Charles got stuffed on.
I don't mind. Well, no, the 4th down plays were stupid, but I don't mind the 2-point conversion. I didn't see the play. Maybe the play call was bad, but
it was a horrible decision. It was a horrible throw on Childs' part. He throws it to a guy that is covered by the linebacker. Yeah, but in my opinion,
I just don't think it's that.
He made a good play on it too.
I don't think going for 2 is that bad. I don't think it's that bad of a decision. Because if you're gonna go for it later, you might as well do it then. Like if they make it a 10-point game and you're gonna go for it, if they score and they make it a 4-point game and they go for 2 there, I think that's more stupid. I think the time to go for it was at that time. I think
the time to go. No, I think the time to go for it is at the end of the game. Only time.
No, because it's
unless you're down 24 already.
But he was playing to like if they're down 10 and they don't get the 2-point conversion, it's a 2-possession game. Going for it there, it's still a 2-possession game. Because it's 11, it's not 12. If it was 12, it's a different story. But if it's 11, it's still a 2-possession game. I think that's why I don't mind it as much.
I understand that, but at the same time, it's like take the extra point. You're still down 10, and then if it comes to shove, like you kick a field goal, now you're down 7, and then you go down at the end of the game. You score with a minute left or a couple seconds left, and instead of kicking the field goal for the tie, you go for the win.
Yeah,
I think the time to go for 2 was the next touchdown, not that touchdown.
I think if they score a touchdown next to make it a 4-point game, you can't go for 2. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
to make it a 3-point game.
Yeah, so if he's thinking touchdown, field goal, you go for it. Hopefully, then you can kick extra point. It's a 2-point game. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I don't think that was. Yeah. That was the least of the decision making.
I thought that was.
I don't mind it.
I wouldn't have liked that if Stromore did that.
Oh yeah, but I mean, number one, if Michigan's the favorite, it's totally different. They're not going for it regardless.
No, I'm saying in a scenario,
like a similar
scenario.
I don't know. I don't hate it, but I know I didn't like. I heard he went 2 4th downs inside the 40. He went for went for it twice on 4th down. I don't think that's the. I mean, you
The
got
first one I didn't understand because there was still like 10 minutes left in the game.
Yeah, that's the one where you kick the field goal. The other one, it was good. Michigan just grabbed Child's ankle and he couldn't get around. He couldn't move, so he couldn't fall forward. And then the next drive is when Marshall. Yeah, scored his touchdown.
Yeah.
But I thought, to be completely honest, I thought Michigan State held Justice Haynes. Like they contained him, in my opinion.
For how bad the defense is.
His long was a 28, where he's used to getting 50 like 40, breaking 40, 50 touchdown yard touchdown.
Honestly, he had one that should have went farther, but he ran into freaking Samaj Morgan.
Mm-hmm. But still, I don't know. I mean, for getting the ball 26 times, having 152 yards, I would have thought it's a great day. I'm just saying, like, from what I've seen against,
it's almost 6 yards a carry, bro.
It's 5.8.
Okay, Kyle, he's not saying this is the problem. If you say something negative about Kyle's team, he comes at you. He's not saying it wasn't good. He's saying he thought that Justice Haynes was going to do better than that. Relatively speaking, Michigan State's defense is horrible. The fact that they 26 carries, as long as it was 28 when he's ripped off 50, 70-yard runs is still like it's not good, but it's it kept him in the game at times.
No, Jordan Marshall just got the big run instead of Justice Haynes. Jordan Marshall had the 56-yarder.
Okay. Jordan Marshall isn't as good as Justice Haynes.
And you can.
Ben, you can't come at Kyle's players.
I'm just saying. How do you say that? No. How do you fucking say that he had a bad game when he has 6 yards and fucking carries and rushes for 100? You said we contained him he had 26 carries for 152 yards.
He said he thought they contained them better than he would. He thought they contained them better than what he thought they would do.
I expected.
Okay, so he didn't have a break. He didn't have an explosive play. That's what you're saying. They didn't contain him. He just didn't have an explosive play.
They contained him. When you run a QB contain, you're containing him, not letting him.
I do not understand how you can say you contain somebody when they gash you for 6 yards of freaking pop, and had over 150 rushing yards on you and 2 touchdowns.
Just when you have two touchdowns could be from the 1 yard line. That doesn't matter.
Oh, do you want to look and see how far his touchdowns were from?
No, we don't need to do this. This is pointless.
No, we don't. I'm just saying
you can't have a Ben. You can't have touchdowns. I don't think it's a great.
It's not that he said a negative opinion. I think it's a wrong take. That's all. You can have a take. If it's right, I'll be like, yep. If you say
that's the thing about opinions. There's never a wrong opinion. I mean, I don't know. I don't think we really contained him based on the box score, but if you told me his long was 28 and he had 26 carries, I don't know, but it doesn't really matter.
I said he didn't really impress me as much as I thought he would. He impressed me in the fact both of their running backs, Haynes and Marshall, they get hit at the line of scrimmage and somehow get 3 or 4 yards still. It's crazy. I don't know if I think it's a testament to both them and their O-line giving them an extra push for, another yard and falling forward rather than getting wrapped around the legs and being just stuck where you were at and then getting pushed backwards. So that did impress me.
What else we got?
I mean, there's really not much to come out of this game. Kyle already hit on the controversial offsides call.
Look, my opinion on that is that we can it's kind of like the Chiefs-Lions thing. It goes back to Michigan. Michigan outplayed Michigan State, but that's a big missed call. That could have changed the game. I mean, it was I think it was a 10-7 game, and they would have had the ball rather than 17-7. So it's a huge play. I mean, I don't think that, again, It doesn't mean Michigan State wins. Like if everything stayed true, Michigan State still probably lose, or Michigan State still loses because Michigan outplayed them. But those, like Kyle said, there's no juice after that. They would have been extremely juiced had that not happened. So it's, it's a sliding doors in a little bit. But if the teams continue to play how they continued after that, I don't think, it doesn't matter. That's.
Why is Michigan State so undisciplined when they play Michigan?
So I think I can kind of talk to this. I think it's because, at least for this game, it's not all the time, but for this game, they bring in former players and they're telling them, we hate them, we hate them, we hate them, and just badgering in hate. But then, like, you don't have the coaches basically saying, okay, you have to contain your hate and just, like, work harder. Don't do anything stupid.
Play with emotion, not emotional.
Right. I think that's.
They said that like 10 times on the freaking broadcast.
I think. Really? Well, so there's one annoying. I saw that I only saw 2 unnecessary roughness penalties. One was stupid on Michigan State's part. They were away from a play and he like shouldered a guy. It's not what you want. I mean, it's a call that gets called, or it's a penalty that gets called every time. But at the same time, like it's not like he it wasn't like egregious. It was stupid and it was you can't do it. But it's not like it's. You see that in other games. It's not like it's out of this world. The other one was, it looked like the Michigan player pulled him down.
Pulled him into him.
Yeah, pulled him into him. We got called for a penalty because they thought, like we like jumped on the guy. So like that's not, I don't know if there was more. That's the only 2 I saw in the clips I saw. So I don't know what else, if there's more or what. But yeah, I think it's just
a lot of.
I don't know.
A lot of other like procedural penalties, pass interference.
Well, I heard there's some controversy on that. I saw an egregious one on Nick Marsh that wasn't called. I saw there was some controversy.
Probably 2.
I saw some controversy.
There's opening drive. Yeah, right across the middle. Yep.
The one that he got. Yeah, dude,
right
he hit him like 12.
Not that one. It was an opening drive right. Literally between the hashes, dead middle of the field. He gets just kind of rocked before the ball, or like gets grabbed, completely twisted.
I saw the one that he got hit before the ball was there.
That was.
That's the only one I saw. The other one I don't think
I saw live.
I heard there was 2. I heard there was 2 on Nick Marsh.
Even those ones you have to call.
And then what happened with the one in the end zone? Bryce threw. Did they end up calling that, or did they take that away?
No, they took that away.
They picked it up.
But I don't know how you even throw it in the first place.
I don't know. I didn't.
It hit the gray It hit the gray behind the end zone.
Yeah, I didn't see.
Yeah, it was uncatchable.
Uncatchable.
That's all.
I don't understand how you even throw that flag.
Yeah.
They saw the contact. They didn't see the ball.
That can happen.
It took a long time for him to say.
I mean, there is times where they throw flags and they do that. Yeah, I mean, it's not uncommon. Sometimes you throw the flag. You're like, I don't know. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was uncatchable. You just see the contact, you throw it.
There was also a lot of missed calls. The reffing was bad all around.
Oh, 100%.
A lot of missed calls
I was going to say
as well.
I was going to say
a lot of holding. There's a lot of holding that wasn't called against Michigan State.
I mean, there's holding on every play.
I'm talking about when Childs is rolling out and the guy's jersey and stuff is getting grabbed and pulled around.
Sometimes it depends how they grab them, though. But yeah,
when Underwood was rolling around.
I don't know. What else? Anything else before I get to my questions that I came up with?
All I know is that after that game plan, or not the execution that Michigan had against Michigan State, it's not going to work. It's not going to make it against Ohio State. If they do come up with nickel blitzes a lot against Michigan, and we do not account for that or look and see that there's going to be a nickel blitz and slide the coverage, little old pencil ear is going to have a field day with disguising coverage and pressures against Michigan.
It took me a second who you meant. Pencil ear. What's his name?
Patricia.
I almost just called him Joe Paterno. Yeah.
No.
So on that, Kyle, I was listening to some talk radio. I'm not saying anything. This is just things that were brought up. Do you still feel confident in Sharon Moore?
I'm at where I've always been with him.
Just like until he proves you wrong, you kind of keep him.
Can we, in these big games like this, can we have a passing game that's like when you're playing Central Michigan or like one of those teams? Like, why can't your game plan for one of those games be like it? Like, why can't they mirror each other? I know, like, sometimes maybe you want to run it more to deflate the ball so they don't get as many opportunities on offense and everything like that. But like,
this was a game
I
you
don't
could
know.
have done it.
I know. Like,
if you take,
especially with how much they were in the box. Like, Bryce made some really good. Like, I think he was 6 of 9 on drop back passes. I was listening to stuff too, and they charted it. He was like 6 of 9 on drop backs, threw one out of the RPO, and then the rest were like rollouts. So, and he only threw for like 84 yards, but a lot of them were to
86.
Andrew Marsh, whatever. Or to Andrew Marsh, who I think Andrew Marsh is a budding, like, really good talent. I don't know if it's route concepts with what we're running, but I just know, like, it's got to be. I mean, if they end up winning the game,
yeah, it's hard to.
Fuck it. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
As much, like, if it's not pretty, like, they still won, especially against Ohio State. Like, they still win, or like a playoff game. But there's gonna be moments where you're gonna have to throw.
Yeah.
And are they going to be able to do that when they do it against CMU? They can't do it against, like, Nebraska and Michigan State. They heavily rely on their offense, so their running game. Michigan does, so
you keep bringing up Central. Who do you think did the game plan for that game?
Sharon probably helped. That was
the same coaching staff.
They don't change the scheme week to. I mean, they might change some things, but
depending on who the coach is,
he's just not on the sideline.
The bones are still the same.
I don't think.
Ben, you're not changing the whole offense for one game because you're not. You're just not doing
2 games.
That.
It was
doesn't
2
matter.
games.
You're not you go the whole season, the whole offseason, be like, this is what we're running. This is how we're playing the game, and then you don't just change it for 2 games just because the coach is gone. Now that being said,
but there's also like like last year there was zero confidence in the passing game, so I understand that, and that the way they had to win last games was with the running game. They couldn't throw the ball. They didn't have the receivers, didn't have the coordinate, like the scheme right. They didn't have the quarterback that could read and do it. This year you got a true freshman quarterback. He's got a lot of talent. He can do it. Is he there yet? Like with the reading and like coverages and like everything in terms of like what he's comfortable with? Probably not. So like maybe they're going with what he's comfortable with and what they're comfortable with him doing. So like it's hard to like blame it all on like Sharon. Maybe he's doing what he can to put his team in the best position to win.
Mm-hmm.
And that's by doing what they do well instead of trying the new things in these bigger games. So I'm not out on him yet because of what he was handed. I think on the offensive side, I'm talking mainly about the passing game.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I'm not out on him yet. Like next year is the year where I'm going to be a lot more judgmental.
Yeah.
Like if we're at the same place where we're at this year or at next year that we are this year with our passing game and our ability to pass the ball and what it looks like, I'm going to be a little more in that 50-50 than I am.
Yeah.
Today.
Do you think he likes to run the ball because he's an O-line coach?
Everybody says that.
I haven't heard that.
That is zero merit.
Yeah, I don't
think
so. He might lean on it a bit more, But I think you gotta remember, O-line people also block. I mean, they like to go forward.
It's also year one of Chip Lindsey, and he's more of an air raid. So
do you think? Another question was, someone commented saying, or they said they don't know if the Sherrone Moore, Bryce Underwood is a tandem that will take Michigan to the next level. You think that has any validity?
Everybody's way too quick with all this shit.
I'm just asking.
I think it has. Sherrone Moore got Bryce Underwood to Michigan. Like, he convinced him to go from LSU to Michigan.
I think Larry Ellison did that.
Yeah, it was
still has to. I mean, money can only do he can get a bag, but he still has to believe and believe that Michigan can put him in the right spot to be a number 1 overall pick.
I agree. It's also, but we're also
that's his aspiration.
We're also talking about Michigan, though. It's not like we're talking about Iowa,
UAB,
or something.
No,
like
I know.
But, on that, you're gonna.
He still had him to come.
You're gonna hate this next one then. If you're talking about just this year, is Bryce Underwood overhyped? Do people?
I don't think not to me.
Okay, I'm just asking. Someone said that
he's a true freshman.
Yeah. No, I know, but you take it. Some people, some Michigan fan callers were saying that, Bryce hasn't looked.
Do you want to know why?
I'm just saying. It's because the expectations. Yes. Yeah.
Like they're like, oh my God, we got a number 1 overall quarterback.
So that would mean he's overhyped. Yeah.
No, I think people put that hype in themselves. Like, they're not realistic what the expectation should be. Yeah. They overhype it. Do I think that there were people themselves overhype it? It's not like anybody is doing it. It's not like the team is doing it. It's not like there might be like a little bit too much attention on him. Like in the media, like his first team is like, oh, number 1 overall recruit. Like he's supposed to be in terms of like talent.
Yes.
Best since Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence had a great freshman season.
Yeah, he did.
He also had a lot better receivers and a lot better offense and everything his freshman year. So like there's encompassing that. But also there's also like, he can have all the talent in the world, but when you go from like high school to college, you got to be able to read, process, and like do all these things that are needed from you. And like as a true freshman, that's really hard. And like, but in my opinion, this was the one game where I think he didn't take a step forward.
Yeah, I mean his numbers were really bad this game.
This was the one game I think he didn't take that step forward. He had some good plays, ran the ball pretty well, escaped some pressures pretty well in some cases too. Got a couple yards, and then, but I don't think this was. I think he would say too, and I was listening to a thing as well, where they're like, it wasn't his best game. Like. Mm-hmm. And I personally just didn't see. This was the one game where I didn't see a step forward. They won. That's good. Yes. It's a lot easier to coach after a win than it is a loss in terms of like mojo and stuff. So just know that good you got the win. It's a lot to improve upon. And I think I don't know, I hope he's the right kind of character. And I believe he's the right kind of character and everything to move forward with it and learn from it.
Yeah. I think there's 2 answers to this. I think in terms of the media, Michigan fans, he was like, people did think he was going to come in and set the world on fire. A little bit overhyped. I'm just saying, I'm not, Kyle, you got to remember, just because you think it doesn't mean everybody. But at the same time, I think Bryce Underwood, you put your better receivers around him, a better O-line, or like what Michigan can produce like the last couple of years, like it doesn't matter if he was overhyped this year because he's got the talent. It seems that he has the talent to be really, really good, if not great, going forward. It's true freshman. It's hard to. I get where
true freshman. Like he's probably an 82 overall in NCAA football. Like, what do you expect out of an 82 overall true freshman in your dynasty?
I agree.
And that just to relate it to that, like he could end up being a 99 overall by the time he's a junior. So like you just got to learn. You got to take it and go.
Yep. I think it's just more of like, the number 1 recruit. Like there is people out, fans, even, I'm sure there was media, right, that he was like the number 1 recruit who's going to come in and ball out and all that stuff. But I don't think it's not any cause for concern. I mean, I don't I hope he.
A lot of time, number one recruits sit the first year.
Yeah, I hope he transfers. Like I don't want to play him, so I mean that's like the best compliment I would say. It's like I don't want them there. I don't want him there. All right, enough ragging on Michigan a little bit. Is it time?
You know what I think? I think fans can be their own team's worst enemy.
100%.
The unrealistic expectation fans that don't understand ball are the ones that ruin relationships between a player and a team, or they can, especially if they're doing it on social media. If there's enough voice, I think. Yeah.
That's one of the things.
Your own fan base can be your own worst enemy.
That's the one
Michigan
thing I hate.
State has it right now with John Smith right now.
It's not,
and probably Aiden Childs.
It's not even Jonathan Smith. It's just the last couple of years. It's just been every time I open up Twitter or anything, no one has anything positive. Even in wins, it's always negative. It's like when you say things like recruits or alumni or just people that were fans, they're on social media too. And if they just keep seeing negative, it doesn't do anybody ever any good. Now, it doesn't mean you can't be critical and at certain times, but when you're just negative all the time, it's not good. But speaking of Jonathan Smith,
kids 18,
Aiden Childs, is it time to bench Aiden Childs?
I don't think so.
The Yakulovich is actually every time he comes in, he's freaking throws the ball pretty well.
The only knock on that is a lot of time. I mean, I think 90% of the time it's garbage time. So it's not like it's but
the only time it wasn't was UCLA, and he wasn't throwing the ball very well.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we had like.
Well, I guess I watched him against USC, and was it USC?
Yeah, he played pretty decent against you. I mean, that was the late game.
No.
I don't think it was USC.
Who did
Nebraska.
he come in against? It was Nebraska. Yeah, it was Nebraska.
I mean, apparently he was smiling on the sideline after he got benched.
Yeah.
And that's not a look you want. It's just so tough because he's obviously not. It's not his fault. Like you can put blame on the quarterback, some of it, but at the same time, I mean, you were promised this guy, promised something similar to Bryce. I mean, Michigan State fans were very high on Aiden Childs. He was going to be the savior.
I was worried about him. And I still kind of am. You give him a goal. You give him an O-line.
Yes. I mean, you need an O-line. You need a better running game, but he has the receivers, and he has like a 46%, I don't know, not completion percentage, but like a success rate, a pass success rate. That's not good. If you throws over 10 yards, it's like 38%. So he's part of that's the O-line and stuff, but he misses a lot of throws that he seems to that he needs to be there. And it's just, it's something kind of concerning. I don't think it's time to bench him, but I mean, I guess it kind of goes with this next question, Who was the coach on Saturday for Michigan State? Was it Jonathan Smith or was it Joe Rossi? Because they moved Joe Rossi down from the booth. He was hyped.
Defense coordinator.
What do you mean? Who was the coach?
So if you looked on the sideline, he was always there. He was hyping up everybody. He was hyped. That's, like typical old Narduzzi type stuff. Like he was hype, everything. And then you look at Jonathan Smith.
He brought the energy for the defense. He brought the energy.
Yes. And you look at the head coach on the sideline, and there's nothing. I mean, again,
on the other sideline, Sharon Moore was bringing some juice and some rah-rah, but then Wink Martindale was just sitting there like this with
but
so like but you got to have somebody that has right.
But you look at Dan Campbell and like Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson didn't show emotion. Dan Campbell did. It's like you'd rather have the head coach because he encompasses everything. Like he's the guy that drives the team. Obviously, it's more of just like why can't Jonathan Smith show fire? I mean, like the offsides call.
I
call.
Can't believe that, dude.
Why do you not like? They can't change the call. But the fact that you're not in the ear, like talking to the ref, yelling at the ref, being like, that is bullshit, like getting in his face about that. Like, D'Antonio didn't do that very often. But if it was a big call like that, he did it.
You owe us one.
I don't know
type energy.
Yes.
That's what you got to do.
I don't know if anybody, Ben, if you know any inside information, but I don't like Coach D at practice. He was fiery. He didn't like everybody would say like he was when they were good. He got into people. It's not all the time, but
I was there for 1 year with him.
He would get into people if needed. Like it's not like he's always like. People did think D'Antonio was kind of like a statue a little bit. Like he didn't really show that much emotion. I mean, he did when he needed to, but like for the most part, it was nothing.
He was known as the guy that never smiled.
Yes, that's what. But
it was a happy medium, I think.
Between
Smith and Tucker.
It's just, I just think I'm not like. I see some people being like, like you can't just keep firing coaches after. I mean, Tucker wasn't fired, but you can't keep a revolving
There's
door.
So many out there though now.
But you can't keep a revolving door of coaches because like then nothing's ever going to work. But at the same time, you need an identity and you need fire. Like Michigan State's a job where you can't have a statue. Like we're not a top. We're not a Michigan. We're not an LSU. We're not a Florida. Like you need someone that will bring the energy to get the fan base and to get the players that maybe aren't the highest recruited players to play hard, and to go out there and believe in themselves. And I don't know what do you got?
BK brings fire.
I don't.
BKKAK.
It's kind of like the same thing as like James Franklin was like. I would take them just because they can bring something. Brian Kelly, I'd want less than James Franklin just because the baggage he has, and he seems like an absolute douchebag dick.
I know.
That's what he seems. I'm not saying he is. This is what reports are. But yeah, I mean, he yells at people. You get a little bit of fire out there. I mean, I don't know if I'd want him yelling like, getting into the players and the coaches like that. But I mean, at least it's.
Was he the one that hit the player? No, that might be basketball.
Yeah, I don't think he hit. He gets in. He like told the coach on Saturday.
Not hit, but like hit.
I know, but he told the coach on Saturday like, "This is why you're gonna be fired" or something like he's ruthless on the sideline. But yeah,
he told the kid, "Don't effing walk away when I'm talking to you."
Yeah. So
I mean, you want that accountability, you want that discipline that you can instill, but at the same time, if you kind of do that, you're like,
you don't really want to do that.
Like you're not even listening to me.
Back to the Jonathan Smith stuff. Even if he's not yelling at the refs, you can go up to your players and say, like, don't commit stupid personal fouls after the play. Like,
yeah,
I remember Tucker's first year.
Or good play. Smile. Clap.
There was a play on the opposite sideline, late hit out of bounds. He was yelling at him from the time he got up off of the ground and was running to the sideline, and he had his headset in his hand. He was waving it, and he ended up breaking his headset yelling at this player.
Yeah, I mean,
you have to find somewhere in the middle.
Yeah,
but hold them accountable.
Yeah, no, I agree.
You can't just say, "Dude, can't be doing that." Or just let them run by. You have to
Maybe he delegates that to his coordinators or assistants.
He might, maybe but that's not
his style.
That's what I'm saying. Yes,
I would prefer.
It might be his style, but I don't like that style. I think Michigan State needs that fire.
It's definitely West Coast style.
Yeah, that's. I'm wondering if that's the thing. I mean, you look at I don't watch USC games, but is Lincoln Riley, some rah-rah? Like he doesn't seem like he's like a rah-rah guy either. I mean, but
part of me feels like Lincoln Riley and Sean McVay are like the same person.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah, he doesn't show any emotion even when something good happens. He's not like, "Yeah, let's go."
That they show on TV at least. I don't know what it is like on the sideline. But...
Well,
there's also not that much good that happens.
Yeah. That's really all I had. Do you think Jonathan Smith survives? Do you think he's the Michigan State head coach a week from today? Michigan State will have played Minnesota, but they will be on a bye week.
Yes.
No.
You think he's fired?
I was asked.
I'm not talking about soft or behind the door. I'm talking public firing.
I was asked in the stands by a Michigan fan, "Do you think Jonathan Smith gets fired this year?" And I said no. Why? Because it seems like he has a high buyout. You just got him in last year. Like, this is only his second year.
Mm-hmm.
I think they give him next year on a short leash. Like, you got to do something. Like, you have to show improvement.
I think if you're going,
what I think.
If I know maybe, but if you're going, if pro football, I get college football with recruiting.
Yes.
I think you either do it now or there's no leash next year. Like you can't.
But there's also
the recruiting aspect of it.
All these coaches that have already been like, this is a heavy carousel.
We're not getting people that are going for LSU. We're not getting people that are going for Penn State. We're not getting people that go to Florida. Like we're not in the same realm as them.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so we're not going to get those people no matter what. Like even
we're probably not going to get the Alex Golish or the Kenny or not Kenny Chesney, Bobby Chesney. Like we're not going to get these high.
Maybe we don't need a high guy. Coach D wasn't some super high guy.
Came from Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe their coach.
I know.
Anyway, what do you got, Kyle?
No thanks. Maybe.
Brian Hartline.
The way this team is playing right now,
next bowl,
they'll be lucky to win 4 games.
Oh, they're done. It's 3-9. It's over.
I do see a potential win though.
No.
Where?
This team is going to quit.
Home against Penn State.
No.
Nope.
Penn State's got dudes. Michigan State can't play against teams with dudes. They can play with the Nebraskas. They don't really have dudes. They can play with, some of these teams, but when you have dudes, it's just the way this team playing. I just don't see that. Well, maybe you're right.
So they'll be 4-8. Step back. Is that a step?
Yeah.
Step back.
4, 5, and 7 last year.
What makes you think John Smith, with the recruiting class they have right now, trash? What makes you think he'll go to the portal and bring people in to make this team a step forward from it is this year to where, and then you have to start all over again in 2 years because he's not going to survive year 3 if he's as ass as he is this year, as if the team is as bad as they are this year. He's not going to survive a 3rd year. Why wait an extra year to have another poor season or poor performance but also at the same time, if you fire them and get somebody that can actually work at Michigan State, that can build a culture, have an identity, and if you can get somebody like that, that money will come back 2 or 3 years earlier than if you let them go another year.
Yeah, but you're forking up $30-some million.
You're not. The donors are. If the donors want them gone, there's going to
be. Michigan State has the money, bro.
They do, Ben. Michigan State has a top. It's like we're like number 4 or something in alumni. We're number 15 in revenue.
In the Big Ten, right?
No, this is nationally.
Oh, nationally?
Or maybe it's not. It's in the top 20. I know that. And then we're 15th in revenue, and we're 20th in attendance. We should not have to worry about money with those numbers. Now you have Magic Johnson out here saying we're bad. That dude needs to just fork over a freaking check. Like you can't be commenting on us if you're not going to help.
Dude, he's got his own team that he owns. Can he fork over a check if he owns the Lakers?
And the Dodgers.
To buy out, yeah, but I don't think he might not be able to do the NIL stuff, but he can. Why can't he? He can definitely, fork over
help
some
with
money.
The buyout.
Yeah, we're getting.
Maybe he owes Chauncey Billups money.
Maybe we're getting screwed with that. We got frickin'
or Michael
Gores or whatever his name is. The Pistons owner went to Michigan State. Gilbert, the Cleveland owner, went to Michigan State. Ishbia,
Phoenix owner,
went to Michigan. I mean, none of these guys can donate to NIL because they all own teams. It's just like, what are we doing? Can we get
the only one I think that's Michigan has ties to Michigan is
Ross.
That might be the owner for the Dolphins.
Yeah, the Ross.
Is that Stephen Ross?
Yeah. Why can't one of our alumni marry rich? Like, why can't we be Larry Ellison's
not
other
even
side
freaking
piece?
married, dude. Not even married.
But yeah,
that's good.
I mean, the recruiting.
Bill Belichick.
I don't really care about recruiting class. I don't really care about their. I don't really care about the recruiting class ranking just because, like, I mean, it's not good.
Pablo Torre did it. Pablo Torre
Yeah,
did him bad. I don't know if you saw that.
I don't think like Coach D didn't have top recruits and like he was able to. I mean, this is worse than that, but it's still.
I know,
it's
but
more.
he's
it's more about the transfer portal. That's where like we have to hit there, and I don't know if Smith is someone.
I mean, who knows if Childs and Marsh and your top, Kelly and like who knows McCauley, or not McCauley, but McCary, is that his name?
Cray.
Like who knows
McCray?
Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows if they stay in the defenses?
Well,
I think a lot of improvement too, but like
they've been playing well.
No, Ben, you gotta stop saying well. They have been playing better. Yes, you got. It's not
comparatively well.
You gotta. Yeah. I have two.
But still, that means something.
Number one, if you're scared everybody's going to transfer, this team is going to be 3-9 or 4-8. That means we're not good. So who cares? Pieces. Who cares? I don't know if we do. If we had this team doesn't look like they don't really show flashes of like, oh my God, this is what this team could be. Maybe every once in a while, but not really. Like for
beginning of the year, they did.
I mean, against Boston College. That's the one game you can hang your hat on. But my other thing is,
and we broke them.
Yeah, my other thing is, a lot of former Coach D players, when we were good, don't like the way this program is going, and I think that's what tells it all. Is if that they don't see this. They see a totally different identity of what Spartan football used to be, and we're going further away from that. And I think that's the real indication that something needs to be changed.
Question: you really want Bulla to be a head coach without having any coordinator experience?
I would prefer him be a coordinator somewhere, but I would take him. Yeah, I would take him.
Didn't he get in trouble for steroids?
No,
he didn't play in the Rose Bowl.
Yeah, that had nothing to do with steroids.
That's something different. Oh, yeah. I don't know why I thought that.
You can. I won't. It's all alleged.
No,
I won't say
I know.
I don't.
I'm not gonna. No,
you can read about it online, but.
But honestly, I think a home run hire for you guys would be Hartline.
The one thing that scares, I think it would be, is a recruiter.
He's a recruiter. He's good he's good offensive guy.
Yeah, I would
he hates Michigan already. Yep. I think that would be a home run hire for Michigan State.
The only problem with him is that he might be too hot in the streets. Like we might not be able to get him. He might be too good. But yeah,
Oregon's offensive coordinator.
If you look at
you guys need a defensive coordinator.
As you just said, Brian Hartline would be a home run.
If you're not going with Hartline, you need a D guy.
That's one thing that frustrates me is that, like, we were promised to have like a decent offense, like fun offense.
Yeah.
Number one, that hasn't been true, but number two, like I'd rather have a Coach D defense where we were giving up 14 points, but we just couldn't score the ball, and we'd lose. Because, at least you were in the game. All it took is, what if we get lucky? What if we hit one big play? We're not, now we have to be what if we get lucky? What if we get
hit a 50-50 ball with Tony Lippett or something
What if we get 3 straight 3-and-outs? That's Cunningham. Just not, we have to root for, multiple things to happen when you have a bad defense. But I don't know.
That's like Michigan last year. And they went 9-3 or 8-4.
But, that's what... if they had a good offense and a bad defense, though, it's you're just...
They're 8-5.
And the Big Ten, it's... Big Ten, you play some bad... You get lucky and you probably... we don't have the greatest offensive league. It's if you have a good defense, you're in every game. Or mostly every game. Bad offense, you're just not in anything. Because they have great defenses and you can't do anything. But... All right.
One thing I did want to say about recruiting class, we've gotten commits from top recruits, because we were one of the first ones to go after them. And then the big dogs kind of swoop in, Braylon Hodge with Oregon, 4-star linebacker, got him committed, and then he decommits and then commits to Oregon. He's getting guys, but then they're just not staying. I don't know if it's because of NIL or if it's just because Michigan State is 3 and now what? 5?
I think it's everybody does. there's people out there that would be like, I'm 100% committed to Texas A&M.
You're not
actually let me.
You're not
I'm gonna go
until you sign.
Yes, like
I
it's a different
understand that.
age.
I'm not, but it's also, but we're not
It's not-
like it's not like we're Western where it's like, okay, at least I have a D1 school.
Yeah, but we can't sell them on anything. Like them committing here is to hold the spot. It's what happened with Andrew and David Dowell. They committed to Kentucky to hold the spot, and then a spot opened up here, and like, yeah, we're going there. Like they do it to hold the spot in case Oregon doesn't actually want them. So it's not. Yeah. I don't think it's anything necessarily that we're doing. I mean, it is because we're not good, but it's more like, yeah, I'll go there if other places that end up not wanting me or they sign people that go against me type thing. But I don't know. All in all, I mean, Michigan State bad, Michigan good. Kyle, what are you feeling?
Michigan okay.
How are you feeling on their playoff chances? Like, I mean, they have to win out, but
at this point, it's a showdown. Like they got through Michigan State, that was one that I was nervous about. Now the next one that I'm a little bit nervous about is a trap game with Maryland on the road, with Ohio State with next on the docket. They have Purdue this weekend at night, a bye week, Northwestern in Chicago. I think it's at Wrigley. Against Northwestern at Wrigley, and then they trap game, in my opinion, against Maryland before the playoff game with Ohio State.
Speaking of Northwestern, how do you guys feel if Pat Fitzgerald came to Michigan State?
Oh, you know what? Okay. It's funny you say this because last week.
Hold on, just to clear something up. Just to clear something up. He is not.
He got cleared.
Yes, I know. For the listeners, he is cleared of all wrong things that got him fired at Northwestern.
So last week, Wednesday, one of my coworkers that sits next to me, she's like mom and dad's age, went to Northwestern, huge into football. And I was talking to another coworker, and she chimes in and is like, "Did you hear about Pat Fitzgerald?" And I was like, "No." And she's like, "Well, he just got found not guilty or acquitted or like whatever about the hazing allegations and stuff that he
knew about it.
So that he knew about it all." And she's like, "I was telling my daughter, who I guess her daughter went to Michigan State or something like that, that she thinks Pat Fitzgerald would be a good fit for Michigan State."
I agree.
I mean, I'll talk about this. Was last week Wednesday. It's funny you mentioned that because I totally forgot about it when we talked on Thursday. But now is a good time to bring that up. But yeah, it was really I was like, yeah, I can actually I think he would be a decent fit.
I mean, this dude recruited at Northwestern.
Yeah.
Northwestern is hard to get people to go to. Number one, huge academic school. It's probably
hard to get in.
It's not. I don't know if it's harder to get into than Michigan and like Notre Dame and stuff, but I got a feeling that their academic standards are a lot higher in terms of athletes. And he recruited there, and he's a fiery guy. He gets fired up. So I mean, I wouldn't hate it, but enough coach talk again.
Oh, will Michigan State hire a guy that has been tied to something? I know he's found not guilty of it, but
yeah,
who knows? At this point,
to stay on the coaching stuff real quick. Just real quick. I saw something Kelvin Shepard was a linebacker at LSU.
He's in the mix.
I've seen him linked to the LSU head coach job.
So my thoughts on this is, number one, I don't know why you'd want to go coach in college football. So much more time. You get that buyout money if you get fired, but recruiting's hard. Like you're literally, when you're in the NFL, like, yeah, you think about, like, you don't have to worry about the player personnel as much. Like, it's just like, it's basically, you get like a month or two off. In college football, you get no months. So you get no days off. Number two, Kelvin Shepard's agent could just be putting that out just to get more money. Like, you got to remember, was Mel Tucker really going to go to LSU, or was it like a play to get more money from Michigan State? What do you got, Kyle?
Watched a video today of John Gruden being asked a question. Would you rather come back as an NFL coordinator or an NCAA head coach? And his answer kind of vague. Didn't give a specific answer, but he did say he would love to be a head coach again.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't say for college or for NFL, but the way he answered that question, it's like, wouldn't it be? I would think. I would. I think the way Barstool has positioned him, I think a lot of players would understand who he is, or like know who he is. As high schoolers, because he's kind of like an older generational coach. He hasn't coached in a couple years. He had his Gruden QB camp and like all that stuff back in the day, like when we were growing up.
Yeah.
So like a lot of the kids these days don't really have that.
Yeah.
But I think him going to Barstool put him kind of like back on the map for the younger generation if they pay attention to Barstool and in high school. And I think he would be able to recruit. I don't know. I think he would be a good head coach wherever he would go.
A couple things. One,
for a year or two.
When he did come back out to when he coached the Raiders, like he was kind of turning them around, and then he got fired.
Yeah. He's a great coach. I love Gruden.
There's a chance the game may have took a step ahead of him just because he's been out of the game for so long. I know he stays in it, but it's a different. It is a different, different offenses and stuff. But I would like him just because maybe he wouldn't be a great recruiter and everything, but you get a lot more fans because people love Gruden. And I think that would help.
Michigan State. I'm just saying.
I know. I'm saying for Michigan State. Like, I would take him because, right. You won't root for Michigan State, but if Gruden was there, like, you would. I feel like you'd hate it. Yeah, like you kind of have him back. Like, but Gruden, man, I love Gruden.
God damn it.
Yeah, so it'd be cool.
Gruden, man.
He's not. I think he'd go to like Wisconsin.
He's a good coach, man.
Yeah. Well, maybe him and Izzo are close. I don't know, but any more coaching things or anything before we get into like random other topics?
Nope.
All right. Well, congrats again to Michigan. They earned it.
Go for 5. Strive for 5 next year.
Yeah.
Throwback GHS back in 2005.
All in all, it's
glad. Was it? No, I don't.
Yeah, think it was. Yeah, that's what it was for. Yeah. I'm kind of glad I didn't get to watch the game. I was at someone that went to Michigan's game. I don't think anybody was like, they were probably keeping tabs, some people, but no one was watching the game, which I was kind of surprised because there was a lot of Michigan grads there, a couple of state guys. So it
goes to show how much little hype that game had, too.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's transition to what do we want to talk about? Well, we can start with the Pistons. Pistons went.
Home 2-1 or 2-1 now over the weekend.
Yep, beat the Celtics and beat the
Rockets.
The Celtics aren't great without Jason
Lost
Tatum,
to the Bulls in their opener. They had to come back. They fell down a lot.
Yeah.
But came back, just fell short against the Bulls. Held off the Rockets. We had a lot of foul trouble, and Jalen Duren got ejected that game. Still pulled out the victory. I tell you what, though, man. Go ahead, Ben.
Oh, I was just gonna say, as we're recording, they're down 48-30 in the second quarter against the Cavs.
Oh, they're playing already?
Yeah.
Back to back.
Yep.
Man, they got the Celtics and the Cavs back to back.
Yep.
Tatum
versus everybody. Doesn't matter. Still the Celtics.
And then we also had
Cade Cunningham still looks. No, I was gonna say. Isaiah Stewart. I love him as a rim protector. I still think if he's healthy and we get to play the Knicks, I think we win that series.
Yeah.
We missed him a lot last year.
We're missing Ivy.
Paris LeVert and Ivy to get healthy.
Yeah. Not having that backup point guard, I don't know. I watched a little bit of the first game, but I didn't get to watch any other games.
I watched that yesterday.
And then we had the Wings almost completely go back to their old selves. They lost 7-2 on Thursday after we recorded.
Todd McGillen's back. You see that?
And then They were down 4-0 on Saturday against St. Louis and fired off 6 straight goals to win. I was reading Twitter Sunday morning because, again, I wasn't plugged into anything, and it was funny. I was reading old tweets like, this team is so bad, and the next one I'd be like, wow, I can't believe this team's good. It was just a complete 180 of,
I know.
like that. That's, I mean, they were sliding, though. To get that win in that fashion, that was huge because they're starting that away trip, and they needed something to get out of that funk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, after getting destroyed those 2 games.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
No, maybe they needed it both ways. Glad they definitely. I remember looking at my phone and like, shit, they're down 4-0. Like, great. And then I think one of our buddies was like, "Hey, the Wings won." I'm like, "No way, no way!"
Yeah.
I looked at my phone. I'm like, "Holy shit, it's 6-4, 6 unanswered goals." Like, hell yeah.
I don't know what I saw because I would get like an update on my phone like, oh, it's 4-0, it's like over, and the next thing I know is like, I don't know if I saw it when it was 4-4 or 5-4. I'm like, no way, there's just no way that we were just down 4-0 and made a comeback. But yeah, I mean, you got to keep it rolling. Hopefully on Friday's show we'll have a little bit better update for them and the Pistons. But
we didn't even did we do our expectations for the Pistons?
No, we'll do it. Maybe we'll just do it on the bye week. So next week or something.
Not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or we can do it now.
Didn't do it last.
Or we can do it now. I expect them to make the playoffs. That's all I got.
Yeah.
Or sorry, the non-playing, a 6 seed or higher, non-playing game.
Didn't we already go through that?
We might have said something.
Maybe
like
we did.
That. I don't know.
I think you said.
I thought we were. Yeah, we could have done it.
Or I'm just having deja vu.
Oklahoma.
I know
we were.
I remember going through it.
Yeah, it's more. It's hard to like. We're not going through every game. Like it's. I don't really know.
No.
Like I know basketball, but it's just like I don't really. I'm not plugged in. I plugged into the Pistons, but not the NBA, so I can't go through like they're gonna finish 48 and whatever.
All I know is every game they lose, the referees owed money to some bookie, and that's why they lost.
Yeah, I agree. Some Tiger.
NBA is so tarnished.
A quick Tiger thing is it's reported that sounds like the Tigers will be shopping Tarek Skubal at the winter meetings. I don't know if it's just a report. I don't know how true it is, but that's the rumor. But before we get to winners and losers, you guys got anything else?
On that Tarek Skubal, I think it's not a bad idea for the Tigers because you're putting out a number and it could be a ton, but yet Scott Boras is like, we want more. Nope, New York can pay more.
Or we want to go to
LA can pay more. So get what you can out of them. If you know for a fact we're not going to get them to sign back, get some good young players.
Yeah, you either have
put
to
around this core.
If you don't sign him this offseason, you have to trade him. Because if you get nothing for him, it's an absolute loss. But I don't know. We'll talk about that.
Which it hurts to say.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. All right. Winners and losers of the weekend. We'll do losers first. Anybody? Yeah, you go.
Oh, I got a winner. Never mind.
No, we can go winners. Fine, we'll go winners. We'll end it with losers because there's a bunch of losers, like Michigan State.
Winner. Aaron Glenn. Getting his first win as a head coach for the Jets. Coming back from, I don't even know how many points they were down.
I don't know. 15
or more against the Bengals. Congrats to him. I like seeing him succeed as a former DC for the Lions last couple of years.
I agree.
Ben Johnson can kick rocks. I don't want to see him succeed. But Aaron Glenn, I do. I'm glad he finally got his win.
I agree. Like you said, everything. I mean, I don't know why we all hate. Every Detroit fan hates Ben Johnson, and it's funny. But we all love Aaron Glenn. It's just kind of funny how that is. I know. It's just funny. That's all. Ben, you got one? Winner or loser?
I have a loser if that works.
No, we should probably stick with winners since Kyle did.
Well, then you go for a winner.
I got a winner for you if you need one.
Sure, say it.
Trinidad
Chambliss.
Yep. Big
they beat Oklahoma, right? That was a game I actually watched. I watched that game.
Nice. I'm rooting for that kid so hard right now.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly because he's from GR and just going from Ferris, and then now 1 year in the D1, he's tearing it up. Anyways, sorry to steal some thunder.
I've got one now. Vanderbilt being 7-1. No, a winner.
We're doing losers.
We're doing winners.
Oh wait, we're doing winners.
I didn't have a winner.
Yeah, my bad. We're doing
7-1.
Or winners.
Being ranked 10th in the country. Sorry, 9th now. 3-1 in the SEC. Coming off a big win against Missouri. Diego Pavia, whether you like him or not, he's been balling out. Big game this week against Texas in Austin.
Arch Manning, I wonder if he'll play.
Would you consider Theo Vaughn as an honorary winner?
Why? Because he's a Vanderbilt fan? Oh, because of what's his name? Pavia.
Because of Diego Pavia.
Pavia. Yeah, he was at his house after the game.
Geez. My winner is the Indianapolis Colts. They're just a wagon, man. Okay. Jonathan Taylor, MVP. Like, he needs to get in that discussion. They beat the Titans. They won by 24. It's not when you're a good team, you beat bad teams by a lot. And they handled the Titans very easily. They're 7-1, best record in the NFL. We got to start taking them serious. I guess the only two teams that they beat that are good are the Broncos and the Chargers. And then they also hung in there against the Rams, but that's my winner. Losers. What do you guys got?
I've got the New York Football Giants.
Bro, I was about to name somebody from that team.
Yeah, Cam Scatterbo getting his ankle completely turned sideways, knocks him out for the year.
All right.
It's hard.
Key to that ankle.
Yeah. They were kind of rolling so far this year, or not this year, since Dart started playing.
On that note,
they're starting to catch some players.
This isn't going to be my loser, but it's an honorary loser to that. The reffing in general, big loser. That tush push. That's not even a tush push thing, but the fact that they called forward progress stop when he was, getting
when he fumbled it. That's what they called.
Yeah, they said forward progress
when he took it
stop,
away from
and
him,
he never stopped.
I kept seeing tweets about it, but I never watched the video.
And he never stopped moving forward. Normally, when that happens, it's like at least a standstill. Somehow he never stopped moving forward. Fumbled it. They can't review it because it was forward progress. But absolutely bananas.
On that Scatterbo injury, it was a hip drop tackle.
Those aren't flags. Those are fines.
Are they fines?
Yeah. Apparently you don't really hear about every fine that gets, because like Brian Branch has like 13 or something, but we've only heard about like half of them. I'm just saying that's the thing. It's like sometimes you don't hear about the fines, but Kyle, you got a loser.
Not really. We've kind of the losers I have, like Brian Kelly.
Yep. So I think that plays.
Brian Kelly, John Smith, not to beat dead horses there, but I think
Brian Kelly.
It was a bad weekend.
John Smith's not good, but a little bit different expectation. That's just.
He's an honorable mention. Brian Kelly definitely bad. Getting blown out by 24 points at home. And that was a game that I thought they might have won. They were gonna win. I think I picked them in the pick'em, but yeah, BK.
Yeah, I think it's brutal.
There you go.
My loser is the University of South Florida Bulls.
Yeah.
Everybody's riding high on them. They beat Florida. They beat Boise State to start the year. They lost because their shit kicked out of them against Miami. wallop North Texas, who's also that's their only loss. Looking good to make the playoffs, and they lost to Memphis.
Memphis is 7-1, and they're ranked. They're ranked now.
I know, but they were in the driver's seat to get that Group of 5 bid. That's why they're a loser. I mean, their playoff hopes are shot. I mean, they're probably not. I mean, I guess not shot, but it's they're the team that everybody thought was going to make it at this point, and that's gone. I'm saying it's not shot because I don't know what the other Group of 5 teams are, but if they end up winning the Conference USA or whatever they're in, I mean, or American, there's a chance that they can still get in. That's why I say it's not. I have to look at all that, but all right. Those are the winners and losers. You guys got anything else before we wrap it up? No? Kyle, got anything? All right.
Good.
We'll be back on Friday with a brand new podcast, previewing those games. Lions are back. Lions almost were a winner if the Packers would have lost. All 3 division teams.
Yeah, division teams would have. Yeah.
Pitiful defense / second half performance from the Steelers. But all right,
your Steelers.
No. All right, that's it.
Have a good week.
Have a good week. We'll see you down the line.
Peace.
Hail to